during a gunfight with police in Cunupia over the weekend to surrender. The men are part of the Tall Boots crew, which is connected to a series of violent home invasions in central Trinidad. 4 of their alleged accomplices were killed after a home invasion in Londonville on Saturday.
This stage, the best thing is to give up yourself. Give up yourselves because, it doesn't make sense running away. We know who you are and we are coming for you.
The crew is linked to multiple home invasions across Chaguanas, Cunupia, Freeport, Las Lomas, and Londonville. Wearing tall garden boots, they often strike after midnight by cutting through burglar proofing to enter homes and tying up the occupants before stealing valuables and fleeing. In other news, government has expressed condolences and confirmed that there has been cabinet-level attention following the Belmont triple murder that left a 2-year-old killed on Thursday morning. Speaking at a post-cabinet media briefing, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Sean Sobers, noted that the incident was discussed by multiple ministers and stressed that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is actively working to bring those responsible to justice. Minister Sobers said the loss of a child's life made the incident especially devastating and confirmed that it was addressed at the highest level of government.
The loss of life is always something that is extremely difficult to treat with, but more so the loss of life of a child. And I know in terms of just leaving the cabinet room, this was an issue that was discussed. Both Ministers Sturge and Minister Alexander weighed in on the issue. I would not wish to get into the specifics of what they would have said, but that it is receiving active attention by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Minister Sobers also rejected calls by former Prime Minister and National Security Minister Stuart Young for resignations over the crime situation.
Former Minister Young is in no place to give any advice to this government, especially when it comes to crime and criminality. As a matter of fact, as a failure as a former National Security Minister, and for the short period of time that he was Prime Minister as well, the murder rate in this country spiraled totally out of control. So that as a responsible, compassionate, intelligent, driven administration, we will take no such advice from former Minister Young.
In some sport news now, after another long yet rewarding season in the Trinidad and Tobago Secondary Schools Football League, teams and players were recognized and celebrated for their outstanding efforts at the league's 2025 awards ceremony. The Golden Boot Award went to league top scorer Isaiah Jacob of Presentation College San Fernando. The career of Pleasantville's secondary and national senior women's forward Nikita Gosain continues to blossom as she won her latest Female Player of the Year award. And playing a pivotal role in their league and intercall double was Male Player of the Year Naparima College goalkeeper Mikhail Clement. And that's what's making the news this morning, but joining us right now is the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today, Virmala Balkaran. Good morning, Virmala, and happy Friday.
Good morning, Carrie. Happy Friday. We made it.
We made it. We made it. At long last.
Oh, my goodness. I am so happy to say we are finally here. It is finally Friday. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Mother's Day coming up. Yeah, it's on Sunday. Looking forward to that myself.
What are your Mother's Day plans for your mom?
I'm going to South to my parents. I'm going to cook them a really nice steak dinner.
Of course you are.
And of course, yeah. I mean, you have a chef in the family, of course.
I would utilize that all the time.
Yeah. You know, like I've spoiled them over the years, and you know, this is another occasion to spoil them.
Especially being your parents, they get to say, "Oh, we took you to school. Remember when I used to cook breakfast for you every single day and pack your lunch bag? So now you can cook us dinner."
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, a little lady told me that you might be settling into Spain if you decide to ever move in life. Why is that?
Well, you see, you know, I'd be so welcomed amongst them because apparently, according to the internet, there was an article that's saying that Spain has the largest bald population in the world. So
you would fit right in, Carrie.
I would fit that. Those are my people.
Yeah, I can see it.
I need citizenship. You know, I should just go. They'll see me, and immediately they'll just write the papers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I genuinely believe that. And then you quite a celebrity on the internet because you're inviting people to view a national monument.
I mean, like you know our humor in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, that was quite funny. I said this cannot be Carrie. Someone hacked Carrie's page, You know, he is inviting people to go to this to view this
The geyser
waterfall.
in the
Yeah.
geyser. But Virmala, we are going to have to run away with this one. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to the show as usual. When
All
we
right,
come back,
Harry.
the Trinidad and Tobago Today morning show gets going after this break.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Every morning begins with a story, the headlines you need, the voices you trust, the conversations shaping our nation. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today, where your day starts informed and inspired. News that matters to you, conversations that spark new ideas, stories that move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Tune in weekdays, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m. or join the conversation on any smart device at TNT Today Show. Trinidad and Tobago Today. Start here, exclusively on TTT.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z, or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition, or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Well, once again, we're at summer's doorstep. The action is picking up with a variety of events that'll thrive alongside all of the popular attractions. Hello everyone, I'm Aidan St. Agath, and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV.
All eyes will be on Antigua this summer for the 2026 Carnival celebrations, to which everyone is invited to feel the rhythm. With over 2 months of pre-events to warm things up, Antigua and Barbuda is event and activity driven. So if eco-adventure and marine life are among your passions, then Scooter Snorkeling is the tour company for you.
Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we do. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Friday, 8th May 2026. The time now, it is 6:09 a.m. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. I'm Virmala Balkaran, and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago Today. Well, let's take a look at what's trending this morning. We have to begin by extending condolences to the family of 23-month-old Akini Kafi, one of the victims of yesterday's triple murder along Upper St. Francois Valley Road. And his father and another man also lost their lives in the attack. His mother, up until news time last evening, remains in a critical condition. And just last week, 9-year-old Jelena Armstrong was laid to rest after she too was killed in another quadruple murder. Both incidents occurred within the Port of Spain district, and once again raising concerns about the growing level of violence affecting our communities. Well, this morning we speak with Father Michael Trestril, parish priest of St. Francis of Assisi RC Church, about the senseless killings, the mood within the Belmont community, and the role that the church can play in addressing the culture of violence that is affecting our country. Father, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Father, first of all, what has the mood been like in Belmont following this tragedy?
I think you have a lot of different feelings. You know, there is the shock, there is the anger, there is sadness, there is even, I guess, fear, because, I mean, this took place at 8:30 in the morning, and so you're just wondering, you know, what is really happening, what is really going on, you know, and so there are a lot of different range of feelings and things going on in people's minds and hearts this morning, and still trying to live life in the midst of all of it as well.
Now, as a parish priest in the community, what do you expect services and Mass to feel like today with, you know, so many residents still grieving and in shock?
Yeah, I think people, there's always that sadness, there is that looking for hope. And then sometimes, you know, depending on the time of the service, you know, people may consider not coming or trying to get home as quickly as possible. So you always feel a little anxiety. But you also feel, I guess, one of the things about Trinidad is that, well, then we really do need to go to service, you know, because we really need to pray for what is happening. We need to pray for our country, but we also need to seek a response to what is happening also. So sometimes it leads us into deeper prayer and to bring our feelings as well before the Lord. So that's what I think this weekend is going to be about.
Yeah, Father, you know, in just a matter of weeks, Trinidad and Tobago has seen the deaths of 2 children in separate acts of extreme violence. Father, what is happening to us as a society, and how do you think we got here?
Yeah, I think it is a decline of our respect for life, our loss of the sense of being our neighbor's keeper, our brother's keeper, because the more that we see each other as I have to care for, and instead of I have to, get rid of the other person, we see each other more and more as a threat, more and more as the enemy. We also don't know how to deal with our emotions. Well, I think that is a big struggle that, you know, once I feel angry, I have to demonstrate it in a way that's harmful. I mean, these guys are doing it, yes, with weapons and guns, but sometimes we do it when somebody gives us a bad drive. We do it with our horn. We do it in so many different ways. We do it in our families, the way we treat with each other. There's a sense of a lot of anger and frustration in our land for all sorts of different reasons, but we don't know, well, what to do with it and how to deal with it in ways that are constructive instead of destructive. And I think that's one of the things I was reflecting on overnight. We really need to help people to see how can I deal with my angers, deal with the differences of people around me without having to be destructive, and a deeper respect for even just life on a whole. You know, that we're losing more and more innocent ones in the process. You know, the collateral damage is increasing, and so I think that is, like before, you know, if you saw a child, you might think twice. You know, before if you saw a person with a disability, you might think twice. But we see that those things are really changing now, and there's that loss of that respect for the vulnerable and the innocent too.
Yeah. Now, Father, you also work really closely with young people and families. I know that. So what are some of the struggles, the emotional wounds, or you think the pressures that you believe are pushing people or young people or these communities deeper into crisis?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there is a lack of proper leadership, and I mean not in the sense of the country, but even in the home. There's that lack of proper mentoring, and so that there is this gap, you know, and so that's why I think like some of our work is that kind of thing, trying to be a positive role model for young people and try to really walk with them in their lives, because I think when our young people don't have people to truly guide them and to be with them and to correct them as well, that then, you know, they now have to parent themselves. And so I think that is something that we really do need to work on and work through. I think we do have to have some changes on that level. And then teaching the values of respect and what really is strength and power, you know, because I think a few months ago we did the Captain America movie with some young people, and they were reflecting on Captain America, the new one, and how, you know, he really wasn't this strong, beat up everybody, superpowers kind of hero. And, they felt like he was somewhat of a disappointment. And I think we live in that kind of society where we have to be able to hold up things like vulnerability, things like honesty, things like integrity, things like forgiveness, and mercy. They were disappointed that he talked down to the Hulk instead of trying to beat him up, and that, I think, those are the values that I think we have to really promote and teach, that forgiveness and mercy and vulnerability, that is a bigger value than being able to show how strong you are and beating up the other. And so I think that in those little ways, we have a lot to do with the work on what we value and what we place importance on. And that is the work, I think, of the church, but also all of us. I think we really need to go back to it takes a village to raise a child. I think that has been lost. And I think that is what we need to get back to. The community has to work together, all aspects, to raise our children and to help to give the values that we need to really build Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, Father, what would be your message to the nation this morning, particularly to the families who are fearful, grieving, and struggling to make sense of these repeated tragedies?
Yeah, as I think about it, I think of Romans chapter 8, from verse 31 to 39. I think about the scripture that says nothing separates us from the love of God, that even in the midst of all of this danger and the sword, the scripture says, that God's love can conquer. And I think it is his love that we need to turn to for those of us who are hurting, grieving, angry even, that his love can help us to find our way forward personally. But then we also need to let that love lead us as a country to realize that right now I think we are suffering a great poverty that we really don't know. We don't have what it takes to pull our nation back. And therefore we need to begin from that place to seek, what can happen? What help do we really need to be able to turn this around and to just live in that humility, but most of all that love will help to heal us, to restore us, and that love will help to conquer, as the scripture says, everything, and especially this tide of violence in our land, that we really need to get some deep, concrete ways of transforming the culture, and it is God's love that will lead that in us and lead us through that process as well.
Well, Father, before we go, if it's not too much to ask, is there a prayer or a message of faith or a scripture that you'd like to share with us this morning, at a time when many hearts across the country are hurting?
I think definitely that same passage, Romans 8, but also Psalm 121, Psalm 130, the Psalms that really cry out for help, the Psalms that really lament. 130 says, out of the depths I cry to you, O God. I think we really need to sit in our pain at this time, to sit in what is going on in our land this time, and really grieve that, really pray that, really express that to God in all honesty. And those are some of the Psalms that help to do that lamentation of what is going on. And then we need to now listen in silence. So some of it, I think, as well, is spending that time in silent prayer to listen to God of what does each person need to do to help my family and to help my street, my community, to be able to experience a lift, a change. And I think if we all can take that quiet time and listen and come together, we will find a way forward. But it will take everybody working together on that same page.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Father. We really appreciate you spending the time to share this message with us today.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
All right, that was Parish Priest Father Mikel Trestrill. Well, also at a post-cabinet media briefing yesterday, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Sean Sober said Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge and Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander spoke about that recent mass shootings during the cabinet discussions. Minister Sobers also said the government's thoughts remain with the affected families as investigations continue, adding that the matter is receiving active attention from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Also, India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, is expected to arrive in TNT today for an official two-day visit. Speaking at a post-cabinet media briefing yesterday, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Sean Sobers also said that this visit follows the several memoranda of understanding signed during the visit of the Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to Trinidad and Tobago last year. Also, Minister Sobers said that the visit underscores both governments' commitment to advancing initiatives and strengthening bilateral relations. Well, when we come back, we continue to show and discuss Penal Debe's preparations for the rainy season, as well as some special Mother's Day greetings to some very lovely moms here at TTT. And if you want to send your greetings, feel free to leave us a comment under our live streams right now. And you know what to do. Grab your cup of coffee really quickly, because Trinidad and Tobago Today has already begun.
There are a number of risk factors for heart disease, so a lot of attention has to be put towards preventive cardiology. What can we do to reduce the burden due to all these risk factors? Hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, we need to stop cigarette smoking, you gotta get people exercising.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Hi everybody, I am Leah.
And I'm Dion.
And we are
The Duncans.
Listen, we're here to tell you about a project the Lord has given to us called the Marriage Confessional. It is geared toward married couples, those that are on the road to marriage, and those that want to get married one day.
So join us on TTT and on Facebook and YouTube at TTT Live Online.
The Marriage Confessional, only on TTT.
Communities across Penal Debe prepare for the upcoming rainy season. Major flood mitigation efforts are already underway through a collaborative initiative involving the Penal Debe Regional Corporation and WASA. Under the direction of the Honorable Barry Padarath, Minister of Public Utilities, the program focuses on the desilting of rivers, watercourses and underground drainage systems throughout Penal and neighboring communities, areas that have historically faced severe flooding during periods of heavy rainfall and spring tides. While these works are aimed at restoring drainage capacity, improving water flow, reducing the risk of overflowing rivers and blocked drains, and ultimately protecting homes, businesses, crops and livelihoods across the region. Well, joining me this morning to discuss these efforts, the challenges facing the region and the broader strategy for flood preparedness is Mr. Gautam Maharaj, Chairman of the Penal Debe Regional Corporation. Chairman Maharaj, thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning all.
Well, Chairman Maharaj, residents in Penal and surrounding communities experience flooding almost every year. I saw you've been doing some research on the ground to figure out where the flooding comes from. We saw this on your Facebook profile. So tell us a little bit about the flooding situation over the years.
Well, definitely Penal, Debe, the region which is termed the South Oropouche River Basin. Penal, Debe sits in the South Oropouche River Basin, is known for its very disastrous flooding. And that is the reason for the early approach and the collaborative approach. Collaborative, as simple as it may seem, is really one of the key aspects that will bring success. This year, we have the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure on board. We have the Ministry of Public Utilities, as you mentioned, on board, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Planning, the Penal Debe Regional Corporation, and the neighboring corporations coordinated by the Minister of Rural Development and Local Government. So it is a combined effort, which means a lot because it means that the efforts can be streamlined, coordinated, can be added, so it is all much more. And also it means that with the local government collaborating with the other ministries, the people themselves are involved via the local government representatives, so that very good feedback, very good submissions, very good inputs are coming towards the works that are being carried out. Of course, this area historically has suffered extensively in the Rock Road area, in the Clark Road area, in the Barrackpore area, and in the Woodland area, and some parts of Debe, so that it requires the effort that I just described. Getting specifically into the efforts, the one that you would have first touched on, that the Ministry of Public Utilities is involved, is the one that is generating some excitement in terms of this very UFO-type looking truck and equipment that is in Penal, in Debe, in Rock Road and Barrackpore. It will be moving to also where it is doing the underground culverts, the ones that are boxed, not the so much the open drains, the ones that have been covered and difficult to access. And this technology is getting in there with high pressure jets over 2,000 psi and breaking up those solid blockages that have been there for decades, I would say, and then it vacuums it out. So it uses a vacuum technology that sucks it out, per se, in local language. And this is already bringing tremendous help. It has started in the Penal Town Center. It has moved to the Clark Road area. And yesterday it was in the area where the Rock Road taxi stand is, and it will be continuing. Many, many businesses in the area. Many people are very, very elated, very excited, very happy to know that this has been brought to take care of a problem that has been existing since as far as we can recall, and it has not been tackled. So this is a very new one for this region. It's very much welcome. Also, the other area that has been providing a lot of support and has kicked off a couple of months ago is the Open Spaces program. This is where the large cutting teams and the large cleaning teams are deployed to the various areas, deployed to public spaces, deployed to streets, to the back roads and all of that. The flexibility of that program allows you to take it anywhere at any time so that you can operate on an emergency basis. It is coordinated directly with the disaster management unit. That is the good news in terms of that setup, so that it can be used for flood mitigation. It is one of what I would say is the upfront programs, because it takes care before the flood comes of one of the very, very important areas of blockages that are due to garbage and due to cuttings and trees and all of that. So this is working. This particular area also requires cooperation with the general public, because it deals with garbage collection, but garbage collection starts first with the garbage finding itself into the waterways or into the public spaces. So we are having resident groups. We have been in the Palmas Park area, and the resident group came out there and is working collaboratively also, because they are also very much happy that this program has been deployed in this manner.
Yeah. Now, Mr.
We also...
Yeah, I know that before you continue, apart from the heavy rainfall, I just want to ask you a little bit about the spring tides. I know that those also impact the flooding in South Trinidad. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, so I'll give the geography quickly so that a listener can understand. The flooding in the Penal Debe region, the rivers actually start on our boundary with Moruga. So one can envision the distance that it travels from the Moruga boundary to the west coast, to the Gordino, so that through woodland. So it passes through Rock Road, Penal, Debe, San Francisco, Clark Road, parts of Barrackpore, and into woodland. So understanding this, the outfall is at the sea. And the sea, the high tide, controls that backflow per se. So that whenever there's a high tide, the water backs up. To understand it very simply, way inland. In fact, there's salinity way into the Debe areas. The aspect of the engineering side to solve this or to mitigate this over the years would have been the floodgates, which have been built some time ago. But the floodgates are not operating optimal. So that I actually was getting into that one of the engineering inputs that we'll be having is to look at the operation of the floodgates, the 14 gate in particular. And as we speak today, a site visit is being done and preparations are being made to take out the obsolete floodgates. The residents of San Francisco, Penal, and Rock Road and those areas will be jumping in the air. They will be so happy to hear that this obstacle which has been in the river, the ones that are obsolete, will now be removed and will not be impeding the free flow of water anymore. This certainly deserves commendation. I wish that team the best this morning. I'm not there. Councillor Sicharan and other councillors are taking charge with that particular effort. And the operation, so it's two-part with regards to floodgate, removal of the obsolete ones and the ones that are needed to get them working. And definitely, yes, the high tide poses that problem. And that is why I'll get into some of the engineering works now, which are the big ticket items that will be tackled again for after much needed a very long time. Yeah. So some very, very exciting news for Penal Debe is that we are now looking at and we have on the table the aspect of deeper engineering type solutions. In fact, the SORB, which is the South Oropouche River Project, the UWI and other engineering expertise agencies are combining their efforts to look at deeper engineering solutions, such as this will entail what the normal agencies on a day-to-day basis cannot do. The river floors, the riverbeds, because we do have elevated riverbed phenomena in the Newcut Channel and the Woodland area, which is the major outfall. The riverbank strengthening, building up and strengthening of river embankment. And the good news is, what is on the table is one that the residents themselves have been asking and suggesting for a very long time, detention and retention ponds. This is good news because this is what people have been asking and suggesting. The ministries and ourselves have listened and we are approaching that. In fact, we have, up to yesterday, we have been looking at the state land maps, looking at land. This is what you were speaking of earlier, where you said that I was doing this research. It was on the ground research. It was actually walking uphill and downhill, the source of these rivers, which is the Queenam Main Ridge. It is astounding to share that the water from Quarry Village, which is really miles away, one would not imagine the Quarry Village water and the Queenam water reaches the woodland area that I'm speaking about, through the Kura River, through the Corampo River, which drains the Mendez village, through the rivers that come from Quarry, passing Del Pino Ranch. They all come and reach that particular San Francisco, what we call the Three-Mouth area. That is where you have the confluence of the Kura River, the Blackwater Channel, and the South Oropouche. The Koromata River, which runs from Rock Road, the beginning, Haggard Trace on the boundary with Moruga, finds its way all the way to Debe. This is a very, very long, huge river. So that engineering, deeper engineering, big ticket items, the good news is after a long, long, long wait, a long dry spell of attention, we will now have that taking place as we speak. Works are being done in that area. Yeah. Also, in addition to that, the river cleaning, which is the most basic thing that has been missing, the river cleaning has started. Two areas in the Koromata River has started by the Ministry of Works. They are the large excavators. Many a times you would have heard me making the call, making the plea for the large excavators. Large machines are in the region now. If you drive in Goodman Trace, where the Pudai Lagoon outfall meets the Koromata, you will see the machines. If you go to the Upper Rock Road area, You will see the machines. If you go to the Kura River in the San Francisco side, you will see machines working there. There's also plans between now and the next upcoming weeks. Approximately 9 other areas you'll see machines coming on. The Nagisa Channel in Rock Road, the John Lewis Channel in the Clark Road area, the Jack Nyron in the Clark Road area. And again, a lot of focus on the Tremont area where all of the water converges. The South Oropouche, and we have the Ministry of Agriculture coming on with their machines to start in the Chowdhury Channel and to start in the Pudai Lagoon area, an area where farming is significantly affected. It is the food basket of this particular area, in addition with some parts of Mont Diablo, the Grand Straits area and so on. We have toured, we have been on the ground. The machines coming is just not a statement in itself. The fact is that this time around, the scope has been developed where trees that have been there sitting for decades will be removed. There'll be widening of the channel, and there'll also be weirs, earthen weirs, where the river will be widened to a point similar to a pond so that it can have residual time for the water before it rushes down to the woodland area and the outfall area. So a lot of thought, a lot of input from the residents, a lot of engineering, a lot of collaboration is making this approach significantly different. At the Calco Pumps area, which is again the outfall that really the major flooding is, we have all of those pumps already serviced and working. These are large pumps. We have a shift system in place there that is working, that is well manned, so that it means that when the Calco pump needs to come on, we have suffered from delays. And these delays between the tides that you spoke of are significant, even if it's just a couple hours delay in those pumps coming on. So those large, huge pumps at the Tremont site, they have been serviced, and the shift system has been manned now so that it will come on as needed when needed. This is very good news for the residents there. They have been suggesting it. In fact, there have been actually sometimes people have attempted to start those pumps when those shifts were not manned. So all of that is now taken care of. They're very happy. We have been working with them all week in terms of having that system up and running.
Well, thank you very much, Chairman, for joining us this morning, giving us that update. Hopefully this rainy season will be better for the residents of the Penal Debe Regional Corporation. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was the chairman of the Penal Debe Regional Corporation, Mr. Gautam Maharaj, giving us an update on that flood mitigation in the communities. And, hopefully other communities will start to do the same thing, especially those who are flood prone with the rainy season officially here. Well, today we celebrate the incredible mothers of TTT Limited, the women who inspire us with their strength, their love and dedication every single day. Happy Mother's Day to all our amazing moms. We love you and we appreciate you.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
Iconic location, you're gonna find people either saying their friends were introduced them to soca music, their mom was from Trinidad. Anywhere you go, you're gonna get that cultural link. You are actually from Netherlands, but you have Caribbean roots.
Exactly. My mom is a Trini and my dad is an Arubian, so I'm a very Caribbean baby. So today we came to find our roots again.
And you're finding your roots right here because this is all about roots, rock, and soca. So tell me your favorite Kes song.
I think that must be Kokoti.
A lot of people are saying Kokoti. Now, you know there's a hidden meaning behind Kokoti.
I do. We love the tea, you know. We love the sugar to the tea.
I love it. We love the sugar to the tea. And guess what? You're going to get so much of Kes the Band. And this is actually his second show in the Netherlands. Now, you want to sing a little bit for us?
Sing a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Miss How She Name.
Miss How She Name, guess what? All of these songs are going to be played right now because we're getting ready for the start of the show. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Enjoy. We have with us some Trinis in the house. So, where did you fly in?
I actually flew from Dublin, but I am born and brought up from Trinidad.
What? So you made sure that you were here?
I booked the tickets. I missed Fridays, and I was so pissed off. So I managed to get today, and I'm here to see Kes.
What would you like to tell your family members back home in Trinidad? You're missing out.
Yeah, I miss them all.
Your favorite Kes song, guys? Come in. Your favorite Kes song?
Yeah, whatever she said. I'm here for Susan.
How did you get introduced to soca?
So many Kes songs to choose from. What's your favorite? Well, Kes the Band continues to take soca music to the world stage with its roots rock soca tour making waves in Amsterdam. Now, the demand was so overwhelming that after the first show sold out, a second date had to be added, highlighting the growing international appetite for Caribbean music and culture. Well, joining me this morning is Trinidadian-born storytelling strategist Jeline Allen Spilliard, who was there capturing the energy of the crowd, speaking with Trinbagonians abroad, as you saw, and even interviewing Kes and Kuten during the Amsterdam stop. So we'll see a little bit about that a little later on. Jeline, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Hi, good morning. It is afternoon by us, but of course, you know, we're 6 hours ahead of time. But for your viewers in Trinidad and Tobago and across the world, you know, we have that connection point right now. So I love that.
Well, Jillian, as a Trinidadian living abroad in Amsterdam, what was it like witnessing the excitement surrounding Kes the Band's tour firsthand?
Electric, fantastic. And actually, it was validation almost to see that soca music is now and has been, on the global stage, but in this iconic location in Paradiso. Paradiso would have been a location where big greats have performed. So for Kes the Band to perform in such an iconic location, amazing.
And I know that the first show sold out so quickly that a second date had to be added. So, how significant is this moment for soca music and Caribbean culture internationally?
Extremely significant because it showcases the fact what we as Trinbagonians already know, how powerful soca music is. But for us to be in an iconic location and to sell out, not just one, but he had two sold out shows in this venue in Europe. I think that's a testament to Kes the Band. It's a testament to our music, and it's a testament to where soca music is going to go.
Well, I saw that you interacted with members of the crowd before we began and some members of the Trinidadian diaspora there. So other than what we saw, what were some of the emotions and the reactions of the people that you shared, this with during the event?
Well, let me tell you firsthand, Kes did not know that I was interviewing fans before the show started. So I caught him doing the interview and I told him about it. So he too was so surprised and happy to hear these patrons say, that they came from Ireland. Someone cut their South African vacation short just to come to the show. And the same lady from Ireland, she has Trinbagonian roots. And she told us, Kes, you have to come to Ireland. We were so upset that we couldn't get the first tickets, that we had to get these tickets for the second show. And even on stage, Kes would have done something to get the crowd's response. And he asked them, should I get a bigger venue next time? And everybody, the crowd erupted and said, yes, they wanted that. So it shows, of course, how much our music, our culture is on showcase in Europe, across the world. People came.
Yeah. The thing about being a Trinidadian is that, you have all this Trini pride and you realize that everywhere we go, people love us and they absolutely love our music. They love our culture. They love our food. And I can only imagine how special this moment felt for you. Just being able to listen to everybody see or get to find out for the first time how special Trinidad and Tobago is. So for many Trinbagonians living abroad, this really connected them and made them feel so emotional and nostalgic. Now, how did you feel as well during all of this?
So I wore two hats. I wore the hat as, a content specialist, a storytelling strategist, and of course, I dabbled a lot in media when I was in Trinidad and Tobago. So I had two hats to wear, but the best hat, I think, above all of those was the hat of a concert goer. So I felt this nostalgic feeling, as you mentioned. It also, as I mentioned earlier, that validation. We know how much our music connects us to our home country. It connects us to other people just by, the music and the rhythm. You may not know the songs, or for Dutchies, they may not know how to whine like a Trini or a Trinbagonian, but I surely saw them trying to, move their waist a little bit, and that was so much fun. I think he just showed a clip of someone who was in the crowd. She was there with her Trinidadian husband. And what was so interesting about it was the connection between Kes the Band and Kutain. I know we're going to go into it, but I have to say this. He was almost like bringing on a new generation onto the stage. So yes, it is Kes the Band, but the mere fact that he was bringing on this new, not just up and coming, but somebody who has talent to showcase on the stage was another big impactful surprise for the audience.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that interview with Kes and Kutain, we know that you have that for us, so we're going to take a look at that right now.
It's all about roots, rock, soca,
And let me just give you an insight. This is not the first show. It is the second show. And I'm predicting other shows to come. And I'm pushing for Rotterdam this time.
I'd love to go to Rotterdam. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, Kes, tell me, this is your first time performing. Of course, you did 2 shows. And the crowd's response each and every time.
Yes, each show was special. Each show was amazing. We did this tour to break grounds and to really, plant some seeds on Europe side. And, we did a lot of first times. We did Paris, we did Amsterdam twice. Belgium, on our own first. And then, we made history in London. Give thanks for selling out the O2 Brixton. The entire tour was amazing. I really had a great run, and we had Kutain with us too, and Kutain really he shined, and people really asking a lot more questions about him too. So big up to Kutz and the entire.
Jolene, wow, you really did a lot at this event, and I love that you captured all of this for us. So, I want to ask you this. Soca has traditionally been seen as carnival music, right? That's a long time thing. We're changing that now, and we're seeing it fill venues across Europe. That is amazing. Now, why do you think international audiences are connecting so strongly with our genre now, in your opinion?
I think the world right now, with this new virus, with war that is happening throughout different countries, I think people are starving for authentic connection. I think we're starving for unfiltered joy. And that is what soca music brings to various, community groups, various people. And I really love the fact that even if you can't sing along to every lyric, you feel the happiness vibrating throughout each and every song. So I think that's what we need right now. And I think if we actually position soca music as a wellness opportunity so that you can naturally feel as though you are in this space where you can find joy and happiness. Kes's song, speaks so well to that. And so many other artists in Trinidad and Tobago. But this is a historic win for Kes the Band, for Trinidad and Tobago, for soca music, and other artists who are coming to Europe, UK. Yeah. Patrice is coming. We have Marcus Braveboy, who is also coming to Europe. And I think particularly we have space for so many other up-and-coming artists to do that.
Yeah. Now I want to take this a little bit further now, because I know that you specialize in storytelling and communication. So I want to just ask your expertise on this. How important is branding and authenticity as well? Because Kes is extremely authentic, and he gives off that really down-to-earth vibe, as well as so many other artists from Trinidad and Tobago. I think it's one of our greatest qualities. How important is that in helping Caribbean artists successfully reach global audiences?
I love that. So for me, authenticity is your superpower. It's the key. It's what connects us. And particularly for Dutchies who are a bit more reserved and are very direct, the fact that we bring our Caribbean roots and our warmth, we talk about the warmth of the islands. We talked about, having this connection home. Wherever you are in the world, you feel as though you have to smile and share that love. And soca music does that. Our music, our Caribbean music, whatever genre it is, within that space, it brings about that level of happiness. So I think as a storytelling strategist, the most important element is to be authentic, to be authentically you. And that showcases itself in your music, when you're interacting with fans, when you're doing interviews. But I think another point here that is so important is visibility. Visibility, yes, we all know social media and it's important, and that is great, but you also have to knock on doors that you may not think soca should be a part of, or you were not thinking along those lines. So for someone like Marcus Braveboy, we are actually looking at him going to TEDx in The Hague. I'm connected with the TEDx organization in The Hague, so any opportunity to tell stories about Caribbean music, welcome that. We welcome that. I was speaking to a professor abroad who is also doing studies for Carnival, and she mentioned specifically that Carnival and Carnival music has a big drawing in terms of persons who want to sign up for that particular class. So we might only look at a particular area, social media, very important, but there are other areas to look at for visibility in particular.
Yeah, well,
and I think another agency, sorry to cut you.
It's fine. You continue. It's okay.
Another agency that I think many people can tap into is Music TT, which is now called Global Trinidad and Tobago. And that's how the connection came about for me to be able to do all of this. So a special thank you to Mate and Melissa and Creative TT for this opportunity, because it is connecting our music to bigger stages through visibility, through content, and the ability to look beyond just what you're seeing on stage.
Well, thank you very much, Jalene, for sharing this with us. And we look forward to seeing you create content like this. And it gives us an opportunity to have a really good discussion about taking music and Caribbean culture globally. So thank you and have a great rest of your day in Amsterdam. And we'll talk to you soon.
No problem. And Virmala, your favorite song?
Yeah, I will.
From Kes has to be
probably
Tell me it over.
Savannah Grass.
Awesome.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have more from Jalene now as we continue just showing you what Kes had to offer audiences in Amsterdam.
To his music a while ago, and I'm so happy to be here behind the scenes to get an interview with you. We want to share with our Trinidad and Tobago audience all across the Caribbean diaspora. Tell us, how did it feel performing alongside Kes here in this iconic location?
It was nothing short of a blessing. Literally, it was something, you know, plenty knowledge, and it was mind-opening. It basically shed light, you know, on the perspective that I have plenty more work to do. And yeah, man, it was nothing short of a blessing.
But let me bless you a little bit and pour love and give you flowers even from now, because the crowd, they really responded to your songs, to your vibe, and to your energy. So yeah, you as an artist, you of course will put on that lens and critique yourself. But let me just say, being in the crowd,
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house limes. We are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, guide you on your way. Sweet 100, sweet 100.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar will arrive in Trinidad and Tobago today, that's Friday, for a two-day official visit. Speaking at a post-cabinet media briefing on Thursday, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Sean Sobers said the visit follows several memoranda of understanding signed during the visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to TNT last year. During his visit, Dr. Jaishankar is scheduled to address a joint sitting of Parliament on Friday before touring Nelson Island. On Saturday, he will visit the Jaipur Foot Foundation facility in Penal and commission Namdevco's agro-processing facility in Couva. Minister Sobers said the visit underscores both governments' commitment to advancing initiatives and strengthening bilateral relations.
And Minister Dr. Jaishankar's visit, the Minister of External Affairs to Trinidad and Tobago, is demonstrative of him coming to ensure that those MOUs are concretized, that both governments are essentially moving ahead at the timeline that was agreed upon since last year, and that Trinidad and Tobago and the Republic of India continue to have strong bilateral relations moving forward.
In other news, the government has reaffirmed that private sector investment remains a key driver of economic reform and diversification. Speaking at the launch of the new Audi Q3 on Wednesday evening, Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism Satyakama Maharaj said businesses that continue to reinvest locally are strengthening the country's entire business ecosystem, even as the government works to dismantle long-standing barriers. The minister pointed to companies like Southern Sales as examples of how sustained investment in training, infrastructure, and service standards benefits workers, consumers, and the wider economy.
When a company such as Southern Sales continues to invest in trained staff, service infrastructure, customer care, and international brands, the benefit is not limited to one company or one showroom. It strengthens the wider business ecosystem and raises the standard of service available to citizens. As Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism, I welcome that.
He said government remains committed to improving the ease of doing business through faster approvals, more predictable processes, and modern trade facilitation. He pointed out that government policy and private sector investment must move together if Trinidad and Tobago is to modernize and remain competitive.
That means accelerating the reforms that matter most to businesses, faster approvals, more predictable processes, modern trade facilitation, and a regulatory environment that supports innovation rather than slows it down.
The minister said government reforms will continue in tandem with private sector growth as Trinidad and Tobago works to position itself as an attractive and reliable place to do business. In some sport now, all 6 Caribbean Premier League franchises have confirmed their pre-draft player retentions, locking in 6 emerging Caribbean stars ahead of one of the most anticipated drafts in the league's history. Under CPL regulations, each franchise was permitted to retain 1 player from their breakout player category ahead of the draft. The 6 retained players are Joshua James, Ramon Simmons, Quinton Sampson, Navin Bidesi, Akeem Auguste, and Nathan Edwards, representing the Falcons, Royals, Warriors, Patriots, Kings, and Knight Riders, respectively. Each team must name 3 breakout players in their final 2026 squad and field at least 1 in every match throughout the season. The remaining squad for all 6 teams will now be decided at the CPL draft. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we return, it's hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
TTT weather with Zaina James, daily at 7 p.m.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack, whether it's on your day off,
Long drives or house limes.
we are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar.
This isn't just radio, it's tradition.
It's memories.
It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100. Got you on your way. Sweet 100.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Unleash your imagination with TTT's terrific Toon Time. Join us as we stop evil geniuses from taking over the world from Super Z. Or hop on board for a journey into outer space with Galaxy Kids. Be a part of our quest to save the forests alongside our robot pals from Bugs Bot Ignition. Or let's go exploring with Duda and Dada. Catch terrific Toon Time weekdays at 4:15 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. It's fun-filled adventure with terrific Toon Time right here on TTT.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers from TTT Limited. We love you and we appreciate you so much. Well, as we continue with the show today, the time now 8 minutes after 7 o'clock. Football, culture and youth talent are coming together in a powerful way through the East-West Corridor Football League and its exciting Discover Your Talent competition. And this initiative gives young people across Trinidad and Tobago a platform to showcase their gifts, from music to spoken word to dance and performance during the halftime entertainment at the matches. Well, joining us now, we have two very special young people on a very early morning. Did you wake up really early today?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. They're joining us and they're part of all of this. I have Cassidy Rojas. You are a spoken word artist.
Yes.
And I also have young Taj Pariag, and you are a pianist. How old are you?
I am 7 years old.
7 years old. And how old are you, Cassidy?
18 years old.
Well, good morning to you both. I am happy to have you on set with us today.
Good morning.
So you are part of this Discover Your Talent competition.
Yes.
So when did you enter this competition? Can you remember? Can you remember, Cassidy?
I can't remember the exact dates.
I see. It was this year, right?
It was this year.
Okay. And now you're part of this competition. How do you feel? Excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how has it been for you, Cassidy, just being a part of the Discover Your Talent?
Honestly, it has been a really great experience, especially seeing the younger people, like the confidence that they have to perform. And that's not something that I had at that age. And it's so amazing seeing that.
Yeah. So tell us, how did you get into spoken word?
In standard 3, I think my teacher signed me up for a competition. I never wrote a poem before, and she just signed me up for it. And that was my first exposure to spoken word.
All right. And when did you start playing pan?
Since when I was 4 years old.
And you are 7 now? Wow, so you've been playing pan for 3 years? You're better than me. Can you teach me how to play the pan?
Of course.
So what's your favorite song to play on the pan?
Is Cocoa Tea.
Cocoa Tea. We actually just had a little interview, and it was all about Kes, and Kes was in Amsterdam, and someone said that their favorite song was actually Cocoa Tea. So they probably should hear you play that one. Yeah? So who has helped you or inspired you? Your parents? Who was playing the pan and you decided that you want to start doing this?
My brother.
Your brother. And how old is your brother?
12 years old.
Okay, and when he was playing pan, then you decided you wanted to get into it, or did your parents say you have to do this?
Parents say I have to do
Okay,
this.
I love the honesty this morning. They said I have to do it. You know, he's just being honest. And you have a teacher?
Of course.
Yeah, okay, I love that. So Cassidy, what about you? Do you have any inspiration, any mentors, or is it that your family has just pushed you in this direction as well?
In terms of mentors, I'd definitely say Darren Sandy. He has really helped me grow as a spoken word artist, especially as a young spoken word artist. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do understand that joining us this morning as well is Senator David Nackett. So he's going to be joining us on set in just a couple seconds. All right. So we get ready to take a short break. We have some pan for you now on a beautiful Friday morning. It's the Friday before Mother's Day on Trinidad and Tobago today.
I'm Pastor Lisa Singh from Heavenly Grace Ministries in New York, and I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me right here every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. It has been a fantastic 2026 so far, and the Word of God has just been unraveling in ways that we can only imagine. So I don't want you to miss out. Remember, every Sunday morning, 6:30 a.m. right here. Looking forward to being with you.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Well, once again, we're at summer's doorstep. The action is picking up with a variety of events that'll thrive alongside all of the popular attractions. Hello everyone, I'm Aidan St. Agath and welcome to Caribbean Passport TV.
All eyes will be on Antigua this summer for the 2026 Carnival celebrations, to which everyone is invited to feel the rhythm. With over 2 months of pre-events to warm things up, Antigua and Barbuda is event and activity driven. So if eco-adventure and marine life are among your passions, then Scooter Snorkeling is the tour company for you.
Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
As we continue talking all about the Discover Your Talent competition, joining us now is one of the driving forces behind this initiative, Senator David Nack. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone out there.
So, Senator, what inspired the creation of the Discover Your Talent competition along with the East-West Corridor Football League?
Well, the purpose of the league was to reach into those marginalized communities, and we felt that introducing a cultural segment would be in line with exactly what the Honorable Prime Minister, what her vision was for this league, is to bring the communities together through sports and culture. Mm-hmm. And we realized once we introduced the cultural segment, it has been amazing, the feedback from the communities, and everybody got involved. And we've, of course, seen the amazing talent of Taj and Cassidy. Yeah. And, you know, it's been a really interesting journey to watch how much talent we have in those marginalized communities that we tend to overlook.
Yeah. And on the screen now, you would have seen that we have the objectives of this initiative. So it's here to create a positive platform for youth expression, all the way to supporting youth development goals. Senator, what kind of opportunities do you hope this platform will create for young people across Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, we're giving them a platform that they haven't had previously. And, you know, with all the talk and all the money that we saw, I hate to get political here, but from the previous administration, it was never really a pathway. So what we are looking for these young talents that we have in the community is to develop a pathway for them that they can find themselves artistically and highlight the creatives that we have. And then perhaps they can go on to bigger and brighter things.
Yeah. So we're speaking this morning with Cassidy and Taj. So Cassidy, just being a part of this competition as well and meeting all these amazing people. I'm sure you've also been networking, which Senator is another amazing part about this. Being able to network and meet like-minded people and also people who would be able to, you know, help you forward later on. So how has the experience been just meeting all these new people?
It has been really good. I mean, I'm the only spoken word performer in the competition.
Wow.
So me networking would be musical, there'll be other people branching off it to make that connection between both music and spoken word or different instruments with the spoken word. It's been really, really good.
So Senator, also lots of different ages. So the range of the ages is quite wide. We have Cassidy here and then we have little Taj. So Taj, did you see anyone younger than you in this competition, or do you think you are the youngest?
Youngest.
You are the youngest. Look at that. And how do you feel being the youngest?
It feels great to be the youngest.
is a lot of work to get through the pan. It does make practice makes perfect.
Yeah, well, Senator, you would agree, practice makes perfect. And then this is how you start, and then before you know it, we'll be seeing you all over the international stages. So, Senator, just seeing the talent that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, how does that make you feel knowing that a lot of work you put into this along with the other stakeholders, and you get to see this and this talent just multiplies and then eventually they become big superstars?
Well, it has been sort of an epiphany for me as well. You know, I knew that our community has talent. I remember back in the day, the Best Village competitions, and so that we used to take part in, and my family used to take part in. But when I see the kind of talent, as you said, from the youngest ages right up, our communities are laden with talent. We have to go out and find them. And we have to make sure that they have an opportunity before we hold them to account. I've always said that. We have to give our people in the communities, in these so-called areas that we refer to as hotspots or whatever, we have to give them opportunities to develop their potential, to develop and grow, and to be their best selves before we hold them to account.
I remember when you were on the show maybe a few months ago, you spoke about that and you said, you know, you want to develop the East-West corridor and ensure that there were opportunities so that the young people have something to do constructive with their time. And now we're seeing this manifest throughout this. So it's also about, you know, not just talking, but doing, just walking that talk as well. So do you see the Discover Your Talent becoming a long-term national platform after the Football League itself?
Well, it's going to be intrinsic now to our East-West. It's going to run parallel with our East-West Corridor Football League. As I said, this is the vision of the Prime Minister, to develop holistic communities. So it's not only about the football and the sports, it's also about the people who have the talent to express themselves in a creative manner that we tend to overlook. And thank God we got the patronage from the Prime Minister, and this is the fruit of it, and this is what we are seeing. And from the response of the crowds that we have been getting, they're very, very happy, and that feedback is what we need in Trinidad and Tobago at this time.
So I know that we have the finals coming up as well, so we are getting ready for that. So how has the preparation been for the finals, Cassidy?
A little difficult because I am doing exams right now, so I'm trying to balance both practicing and studying, but it's coming along really well.
And what about you? Are you practicing for the finals, or you think you don't have to practice, you have this already?
I have to practice.
I love that. You have to practice, and you have the help of your family members.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's amazing news, Senator, and just an amazing initiative as well. It's called the Discover Your Talent. We love having you here this morning. Any closing words before we wrap it up?
I'd like to say thanks for the continuous coverage that we had from TTT. I think it's important that although we give them a platform, we have to have them out there, and that comes with, of course, mainstream media, and TTT has done an excellent job in covering both the league and the cultural segment. And I think the more we highlight these communities, people are going to come on board from the private sector, hopefully, and give these young people a chance to really express their talent and perhaps go outside and show the world what Trinidad and Tobago has.
Well, before we go, I do believe that you have a piece to perform for us this morning. So can you tell us about this piece before you start?
No problem. Well, this piece was inspired by David Rather, Trinity to the Bone. Something I really love our culture. It's something that I really like talking about. And it was just about spreading awareness about what we have and how we should appreciate more.
Yeah, and I do believe we have some highlights as well from this initiative that we have all queued up for you. And we take a break and we come back with more.
Freeze. Remember that this is the land and the free, the only place that Kobo don't eat sponge cake. Because others might say, you don't appreciate the finer things in life, but that's not the type of things we like, because we word players play more mass than Tom Dick and Naval Stringberry and the roots at Trinidad, home to the pan, home to the band. But if home is where the heart is, then we heart in car rib buried in the buries of life. Whether it's a small tar or a soft thing, we bring positive vibes and energy, dope and mind and envy, because we love could light up the whole city. And do you agree?
Yes.
Welcome. Welcome to the land of creativity, where the melodic features of the pan blends in with the crashing of the waves at the bay. And at the yard, ping pong, even we pan have a sing-song rhythm for days, Trinbago. Show them your ways. Cause when a steel pan knock, a free spirit escapes, a way to break away from the monotony of this saddened society. So welcome. Welcome to the land, a community where it does say, God is a Trini, and we can see the ways that his hand has touched this country where Eid Mubarak and Shub Diwali is said by a man praying the Hail Mary. So welcome. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. So when you jump on a plane and go wherever you go, remember that Trinidad is within the hearts of each that passes through these.
Is now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. No, not that, right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. No, not that. Right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. This is the new day.
A new sound, a new style, a new style, a new class. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Right now.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation. From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports. Committed, accurate, relevant.
The time is now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. No, not that. Right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. No, not that. Right now. All I need is one night. You're gonna have to splurge. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it. This is the new day.
A new sound, a new style, a new style, a new class. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Right now.
I'm Renee Sion with another edition of Caribbean Week in Review.
James here with your Friday weather update. A few brief early morning showers are possible, followed by the chance for isolated heat-driven showers in the afternoon, mainly over western and hilly areas of Trinidad. Conditions across Tobago will remain mostly dry throughout the day. A mild to moderate concentration of Saharan dust will continue to linger, although concentrations are expected to gradually decrease. For those with an interest in the seas, conditions have eased even further to slight to moderate. Wave heights are expected to be between 1 and 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas.
Thank you, Zaina James, with that weather update for today. Well, the Girl Guides Association of Trinidad and Tobago continues to empower young women through leadership, service, and community development. Today, we're highlighting the work of the Victoria Central Division and the upcoming Stronger Together 5K run and walk taking place on Saturday, 13th June at the NAPS grounds in San Fernando. Well, the event promotes health, unity, and sisterhood while raising funds to support youth development programs. Well, joining me on set, Miss Alicia Kinsale-Ahi, the Victoria Central Division Commissioner, and also Miss Paula Toppin, the second Vista Bella Girl Guides. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Well, happy Friday.
Thank you. Friday to you.
It's been a really long week, but we made it, and thank you for being here to tell us about this event, Stronger Together. But not just that, I want to talk a little bit about the Girl Guides Association. Tell us about the work that you continue to do in communities across Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, we do a lot of volunteering and with churches, with sports, and within the communities. And we highly involved within the schools within Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, youth empowerment and leadership development is critical today. And why do you think that is?
Okay, because the youth now needs to be grounded, right? And through the Girl Guides Association of Trinidad and Tobago, we find that oneness, that togetherness, that sisterhood within the guide movement, right? It helps with how to put it, leading them in a good way, you know, to be better leaders and exemplars to the youths.
Now, tell me a little bit about the kinds of activities and programs that the Girl Guides offer for young girls.
So some of the activities that we do are badge work. Definitely we do camps, we do community outreach, we do donation drives. It's a lot of things to help our young leaders because those are the future. Those are the future generation, right? So we focus a lot on working within our community in a positive way.
Also, the guides teach young girls about, you know, confidence, discipline, but also teamwork. I know that's a great part of it.
Yeah.
So how exactly, you know, do you go about doing that and encouraging that in the groups?
You go ahead now.
So in terms of teamwork, so for instance, batch work, right? So the girls would pair up or they would... In terms of the patrols, we would have leaders there and they would have to lead their team to come up to a goal. So just by being a leader within the patrol, that's boosting your confidence, being able to communicate effectively. So guiding helps those things in terms of the teamwork aspect.
Yeah.
As well as meeting other groups within the country, you know, that sisterhood bond.
Yeah, right. And it must be pretty great when everyone gets together. But I know they're also getting together for this run and walk that's coming up. So let's talk all about it.
Right, so we do have our 5K coming up. It will be held at NAPS grounds, Louis Street, San Fernando. It's on Saturday, June the 13th, and it begins at 6 a.m. We have a very exciting day planned. Entertainment, music, sisterhood, bonding. Everything community-wise.
Wow, okay. So how can people be a part of this?
Okay, we are linked up with Extra Mile, and it is on our Instagram page. We have been advertising it as well so that persons from the outside could get involved and take part in it.
Okay, and the theme is called Stronger Together. One promise, one pace, one sisterhood. Am I correct?
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that theme and why this was chosen.
So in terms of the one promise, it shares the guiding values. So all our guides, so I will speak for the brownies. I'm a brown owl.
Okay.
Right? So before they become brownies, they are bunnies. It's also for the junior guides. They are recruits before they become official junior guides, right? So in order to become a guide, you have to say your promise. So that's where we came up with the team. One promise, one peace, one sisterhood. So the values of guiding is the promise part.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
In terms of
Yes.
it's linked.
Yes.
In terms of the one piece, everybody's journey is different, but we bring in everybody together. So it's one piece regardless, and one sisterhood. Guiding is a sisterhood.
So what can we expect on the day of this event, June 13th?
So in terms of the event, we want to create an experience. We know the 5Ks is something that is trending right now, right? But just to have families come together, have the divisions, even though we are from the Victoria Central Division, we have multiple divisions within the Girl Guides Association. So having all the divisions come together from north, south, east, west. We have persons as far as St. Patrick, that is down point, right? So creating that experience, having the families, having the community coming together, even businesses in terms of sponsorship. That's the experience that we want to create with our 5K.
Yeah. Now, I know that this 5K is also to help, support programs for young women and girls. So tell me about that.
Okay. We have like camps and also leadership programs. So, sometimes to cut costs, because, everybody is like, cost-wise has always been an issue. So when we do these events and we raise funds, we tend to, take off some of that burden on the parents, especially cost-wise.
Yeah. All right. Now, tell me a little bit about your partners before I wrap up. I know you spoke about Extra Mile events, and you have a lot of other stakeholders who get involved. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So one of our main partners is Extra Mile events. They are the ones that basically...
Boundaries.
Right. Yeah, they are the ones that basically doing the planning and the full management of the event. So even though Victoria Central is the host of it, Extra Mile is the powerhouse behind it. Right? So they are very professional. They have been offering guidance right through. They have been in full communication with us, and they are one of the leading 5Ks event management team. So we chose the best.
Yeah, I agree. So just remind us about the event for anyone who may want to attend this or they want to, get involved in any way.
So it is on Saturday, June the 13th at 6 a.m. at NAPS Grounds, Louis Street, San Fernando.
And the cost is $150. Registration is online and it is ongoing. Yes. And we welcome any and everybody to take part, as well as, sponsorship. And this is a voluntary organization. So when we come out there, everything is being volunteered.
Yeah.
So sponsorship is important to us right now.
If you want to get involved, please do that. It is coming up. I think 5Ks are the thing now. Yeah, everyone loves a good 5K. They love all the bread that comes from the 5K.
Definitely.
They love the goodies. They love the medal.
The bread and the medal.
What about the medal?
We did our medal reveal recently, and it's quite beautiful. It shows.
Where can we see that medal reveal?
It's on our Instagram. Okay. Victoria Central Division.
So you see, that's something to look forward to. If you are a collector of medals, then that might be a good idea for you.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, ladies, very much, especially for the role that you also play in the lives of these girls. And as you know, it's Mother's Day weekend. Whether or not you're a mother, it's just filling that role in society and to help these young women, young girls become women as well. All right, the time now, it is 7:39 on Trinidad and Tobago today. To all mothers who are viewing us online, streaming us live at Facebook or YouTube, thank you for being here. Remember, for everything that you see here and more, follow us at TTT Live online. If you have a story idea, a press release, or you want to collaborate with us, we'd love to hear from you. Contact us today at tttoday@ttt.co.tt, and you can be a part of the conversation that's shaping our nation. Trinidad and Tobago Today, all the news you can trust, and of course, all the stories that matter. Well, we're continuing to celebrate the mothers of TTT. So it's all about celebrating the queens, the nurturers, the superheroes among us, the mothers of TTT. From all of us, happy Mother's Day. We love you and we appreciate you always.
Whatever the skies bring, stay prepared with TTT weather. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Every client deserves expertise, integrity, and guidance they can trust. At Camino Realty International, we deliver integrated real estate solutions, sales, rentals, property management, and project development. Driven by excellence, transparency, and innovation, we protect value, create opportunity, and build lasting success. Because real estate isn't just about buildings. For more information on our services, log on to CaminoRealty.com or follow us on social media at Camino Realty TT. Camino Realty International, elevating lives one property at a time.
Ever wondered what happens before the lights come on? Before the crowd pours in? Before the magic hits the stage? This is your all-access pass. Sneak Peek with Junior K takes you behind the scenes of the biggest cultural moments and the hottest events across TNT. From the sound checks to the stage setups, from final rehearsals to exclusive interviews. If it's about to be big, we're already there. Catch Sneak Peek airing daily on TTT and relive every moment on all our social media platforms. Sneak Peek with Junior K, where the story starts before the spotlight.
What if possibility was only the beginning? Welcome to Limitless, a journey where ideas become action and action becomes impact. From breaking barriers and challenging misconceptions to designing with dignity and driving innovation with heart. This series explores how inclusion is moving from concept to community in Trinidad and Tobago. Across each episode, we meet the change makers and everyday leaders turning challenges into opportunity, building real solutions that change real lives, from possibility to impact. This is Limitless.
For a night of non-stop laughter as comedian Victor Pelf St. Louis returns to the stage with Laugh Till Your Belly Bust Part 2. Remember, he spoke about Part 1? Well, it is coming back for Part 2 because the demand was that great. Now, this is taking place in Sapa and it promises big comedy, plenty performances, all the laughs, and a really good lineup. Well, speaking of the lineup, joining us this morning is the man himself, Pelf, along with Mr. Kenneth Supersad. Good morning.
Good morning, Virmala.
How you going?
Well, I'm very, very good, and it's nice to be here.
Well, two of you on one stage or in one set it's trouble. I will say that.
Just hold on, hold on.
Oh Lord.
Wait. I have to look good on TV, eh?
Yeah. Did I not?
How I looking there?
Very nice.
You see, I looking good on TV, but he have a face for radio.
Yeah. Well, that's where we met. We met on radio. Yeah. That's a long time ago. So, guys, Laugh Till Your Belly Bust Part 2. What can we expect this second time around?
Well, just more laughter.
More laughter.
And can it come with a bag of jokes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Plenty jokes. We have plenty nice skits and things.
Right.
And we are doing this all for the mothers.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh.
Yes.
We were in Napa, as Pelf would have told you.
Yeah.
The response was really, really good.
Yes.
People had good reviews about the show. And we intend to carry it south now. That's next week, Sunday on the 17th, starting at 6 o'clock at Sapa. So we want all the South people to know we're coming down in the South with a bag of laughter for you
Yeah,
all.
so after you conquered part 1, I guess everybody said, nah, we have to do this again. So part 2, right?
Definitely.
And I remember you had a cast that was here with you for part 1.
Yeah.
And am I right that it did include your son as well?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So tell us about the lineup for this part 2.
The lineup for part 2 is, as my good friend here, Kenneth Sipasad, we have Wendell Etienne, we have Saint, the junk man, we have Louis Antoine, we have Andrew Friday, we have Kimberly, we have and we have the saxophonist
We add a little music into it as well.
We brought on the boy from San Fernando who's working what's his name we now call it?
Invisible Man.
Yes. He's coming to do a fabulous job. He's new on the cast as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's a
Will we be
sound
able
guy.
to see him? He says he's an invisible man.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you see
He
him?
shows up on that day.
He shows
Yeah.
up. Okay.
But actually, it's be taking it to the next level.
All right. Well, can I tell us what you have?
We also having a midget on the show, and he said he does go through a real hard times. You know, it's very hard for him to put food on the table.
Oh Lord! You see, this is what you get with 2 of them in one set. I said that. This is what's going to happen.
How you like the hair comb? Look at that hair
I love
comb.
that. You know, you didn't walk with your comb though.
No.
That hair like it's hearing the national anthem.
It's all about attention.
Can we see the both of you on that stage together at any point in time? Would you be together on the stage?
Actually, the first piece, Kenneth introduces the whole cast and starts his thing, and then I walked in and we sit down and we just sell it off.
Right.
That's the first piece in the show.
Yes, so there is a skit with me and Pelf, and it will last for about 7 to 8 minutes. Yeah.
Now, when you planning events like this or shows like this, right? What is the work like? I was always interested in knowing what is the work like to prepare for it. The times, how you do the rundowns, things like that. Give us a little insight.
Well, actually, we write pieces. We have standard pieces, persons who do their own pieces, and then we have skits together.
All right.
And we do rehearsals like twice a week to get it tight. And when we just go and show off on the actual day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
So what can we expect from you, Mr.
We
Superstar?
have plenty jokes to give to the people.
We know you have a lot of jokes. How
And
do
I
you
will
come
be
up
the-
with all these jokes?
I will be the host, the MC for the show.
Yeah. So how are you coming up with all these
Well,
jokes all
I
the
started
time?
as a little boy. I have an uncle who used to give jokes and things, and I
Yeah.
always admire him how everybody, just surround him, want to hear jokes and things, and he commands so much attention. So from primary school growing up, I started telling jokes. Then I'm a chutney singer.
Yeah.
I came second in the Chutney Soca Monarch 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm a music writer, songwriter, comedian. I do everything,
Yeah.
So I will be coming with some jokes, but serious jokes, because like I have 2 dogs,
Okay.
And I named them Rolex and Timex because it's watchdogs, And then I have 2 other dogs and I named them 1 and 2. So if 1 dead, I still have 2.
Oh my
And if 2 dead, I still have 1.
see?
What they call the dog with the set of spots all over it?
A Dalmatian.
A damnation. I saw an old lady with one yesterday. I said, Tanti, I like your damnation. She says, son, there's a pothongi haluta.
Listen, I went to a fundraiser about 2 weeks ago, and Mr. Superstar was there performing. And boy, oh boy, it really took us back to the good old time days. I actually went to school with his daughter, so we grew up together. And his both daughters are very, very, very intelligent as well. So, to see you in all these jokes, it's really a different side of you.
I want to tell all the mothers out there, especially those down in the southern area, to come out, with all the negative things happening in the country and thing, people need a little break, they need to laugh a little bit. And this show, I can tell you, based on what happened at Napa, everybody was in stitches throughout the show, and we had no pause nowhere. We're going straight down with the show.
So is it that you just repeat what you had in the first show, or is it that it's a whole different show?
We have a whole different piece.
Seriously?
We take it. We will still incorporate some stuff from the last one.
Right.
Because it was so hilarious.
Okay.
You understand? Because when he born, he incubated a Tintin for the ugly.
Oh, Lord.
And you know, when a baby born, there is hit them a little slap to make sure they're all right and they will cry, and so to make sure they're healthy. When he born, the doctor watch he and hit him mother the slap.
Oh, my. So, guys, go see them. Laugh Till Your Belly Bus Part 2. It is taking place when? How can we get tickets? Give us all the details.
Yeah, tickets you can get on Island E. You can get it at Legends Bar in Point Fortin. You can get it at Joanne's Bar at Superior. You can get it at Dev Barber Shop in Coquier. And yeah.
And Virmala, is it okay if we leave 2 complimentaries for you?
Sure, that would
but
be
it's
great.
for outside the
yeah,
building.
I know. I'll go sit outside. You know, and I'll
you
just
don't
listen.
miss nothing, because when people go inside and see it, they just come out and tell you all what they see.
I agree, and I'll
So
laugh with them when they come out laughing.
Nothing.
You see, you know, I
But it's a pleasure being here.
There's no better way to end our Friday this morning than with these 2 gentlemen. Gentlemen, Laugh Till Your Belly Bus Part 2. We cannot wait to hear how it went, and maybe we'll see a Part 3. Pelf, what you think?
Yes. We talking with people right now to take it to Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah.
To Toronto.
In October, yeah.
Would you be a part of that? Would you
Definitely.
like to be a part of that as well?
And then we go in LA.
Lower Arang West. I knew that.
USA, using St. Madeleine area.
Guys, it's been many years.
All right, so let's come down to supper. Next week, Sunday, we start in 6 o'clock. Bring your mothers, let them laugh, let them have a good time. We promise you all a really, really good show. Look at her face now. Look at her face.
Only a mother can laugh.
He watching the Mirani reflection doc.
Thank you guys for being here, helping us kick off the Mother's Day weekend with some laugh. You know, the entire studio is erupting in laughter. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
really brought some sunshine to Trinidad and Tobago today. Well, we take a quick break, and when we come back, we get ready to wrap it up. We get to hear from Taj and Cassidy as we close the show on this beautiful Friday before Mother's Day in Trinidad and Tobago.
Since 1972, one sound has been living in the heart of Trinidad and Tobago, the longest running radio station in the nation.
We're your holiday soundtrack. Whether it's on your day off, long drives, or house lives, we are always sweet.
This is music with meaning, music with memories.
Music that feels like home.
And it's not just the songs, it's the voices you trust, personalities you've grown with.
Laughter that sounds familiar. This isn't just radio, it's tradition. It's memories. It's part of who we are.
Sweet 100.1 FM, the rhythm of our identity, part of your family.
Always 100, got you on your way. Sweet 100.
The Mother Church of the Anglican Diocese suffered significant damage during the earthquake of 2018. Efforts are underway to raise funds to restore this national heritage site. You are invited to make your donations with monthly deposits at any branch of the First Citizens Bank, account number 2696950, Marval Road Branch, in the name of the Incorporated Trustees of the Anglican Holy Trinity Cathedral Restoration.
I'm Jamila Bannister, host of the Socially Safe podcast, the new TTPS podcast where we share real stories, teach real lessons, and create real impact. From online safety and youth crime to community policing and personal responsibility, we go beyond the headlines and talk about what's happening in our communities with the officers and experts who are on the front lines. Because safety starts with awareness, conversation, and action. Tune in to the Socially Safe podcast on the TTPS YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Don't miss it.
Watch on TTT, Mondays 6 p.m., Tuesdays 1:10 p.m.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
The time is now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. No, not that. Right now.
All I need is one night. We're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it.
No, not that. Right now.
All I need is one night. We're gonna have to splurge on it. All I need is one night. I went deaf on it.
This is the new day.
A new sound, a new style, a new style, a new class. Next 99.1 FM, the next level of radio.
Right now.
Well, this is where we shut it down for today. But before we go, we get to leave you with two amazing performances from Cassidy Rojas and Taj as well. Cassidy is going to be doing a spoken word piece for us, and we have Taj coming in with the pan. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers viewing this morning. Also to my mom, my grandmothers, and my aunts, and all the mother figures in my life. Well, Cassidy, you get to take it away for us on this beautiful Friday morning, and then we'll bring in Taj. Cassidy, all yours.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome, one and all to the land of fat. Trinidad the bone, Trinidad the bone. When it come to Bacchanal, them can't beat me yet. Trinidad the bone, Trinidad the bone. Welcome, welcome to the land of sun, sand, and sea. See the scarlet ibis and the coquelicos flying through the trees. Take in the maracas breeze, freeze. Remember that this is the land of the free, the only place where Kobo don't eat sponge cake, because others might say, you don't appreciate the finer things in life. But I just know the type of things we like, because we would play more mass than Tom Dick can. Navel, string berry, and the roots of Trinidad, home to the pan, home to the bands, but if home is where the heart is, then we heart in Carib buried in the buries of life. Whether it's a small tar or a soft thing, we bring positive vibes and energy, though bad mind, and envy because we love could light up our whole city. You do agree? Welcome. Welcome to the land of creativity, where the melodic features of the steel pan blends in with the crashing of the waves at the bay. And at the yard, ping pong even we pan have a sing-song rhythm for this Trinbago. Show them your ways. Kawana, steel pan, knocker, free spirit escapes a way to break away from the monotony of this saddened society. So welcome. Welcome to the land of community, where it does say, God is a Trini, and I could see the ways that his hand has touched this country, a place where Eid Mubarak and Shub Diwali is said by a man saying the Hail Mary. So welcome. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. And when you jump on a plane and go wherever you go, please then remember that Trinidad is within the hearts of each that passes through these islands. Please then remind them that I am Trinbago. Thank you.
Good morning, this is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. Society is crying out for renewed respect for life, greater restraint over volatile emotions such as anger, and a return to God for guidance. The aftermath of the tragic deaths of a 2-year-old boy and his father underscores the urgent need for return to the basics. Reflecting on the heartbreak, Father Michael Trestrail said society is holding its breath, struggling to come to terms with the senseless loss.
Shock, there is the anger, there is sadness, there is even, I guess, fear, because, I mean, this took place at 8:30 in the morning, and so you're just wondering, you know, what is really happening, what is really going on.
Father Michael said that at the heart of the problem is a vacuum within the home, where the teaching and modeling of positive social norms are increasingly absent.
There is a lack of proper leadership, and I mean not in the sense of the country, but even in the home, there's that lack of proper mentoring, and so that there is this gap, you know, and so that's why I think like some of our work is that kind of thing, trying to be a positive role model for young people and try to really walk with them in their lives, because I think when our young people don't have people to truly guide them and to be with them and to correct them as well, that then, you know, they now have to parent themselves.
Father says that such values, such as forgiveness, mercy, and a deeper respect for life, must once again be instilled in society, alongside a renewed commitment to prayer and spiritual reflection.
We really need to pray for what is happening. We need to pray for our country, but we also need to seek a response to what is happening also. So sometimes it leads us into deeper prayer and to bring our feelings as well before the Lord.
In other news, Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Sean Sobers, says government is closely monitoring the International Court of Justice case involving the boundary dispute between Guyana and Venezuela. As for his views on the brooch worn by Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, during a recent visit to CARICOM countries, he said TNT is not distracted by symbolic gestures or outward displays, stressing that such matters do not influence this country's diplomatic focus.
Actually, joked about it, so I may get in trouble for saying this or not, but I don't think we'd be that concerned, essentially, respectfully, with the clothes or the jewelry that Ms. Interim President Rodriguez wears. I mean, we would be most concerned with what our bilateral discussions, what comes out of those discussions. That is where our concerns would lie.
The Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago has launched its inaugural FinLit Live 2026 Expo under its National Financial Literacy Program, drawing an energetic crowd to the Center of Excellence in Macoya on May 6th and 7th. Held under the theme, It's Your Money, Know It to Grow It, the two-day event reached more than 2,300 participants, including students from over 50 primary and secondary schools, along with tertiary education students and members of the public. Central Bank Governor Larry Hawaii emphasized the importance of the building financial literacy from a young age, describing it as the foundation of a financially stable nation. The expo featured interactive learning zones, live performances, and hands-on activities with support from key financial regulators, institutions, and industry partners. And that was your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here to you, have a great day.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Trinidad and Tobago's public health system is being strengthened with the handover of remote temperature monitoring devices for vaccines. The initiative represents a collaborative effort between Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, the Ministry of Health, and PAHO, aimed at strengthening key areas of public health.
Temperature monitoring devices, which will complement the existing solar-powered vaccine refrigerator, providing sustained technical cooperation to strengthen the national immunization program.
With built-in alert systems, healthcare providers can immediately be notified if temperatures fall outside safe ranges.
These devices provide a direct and measurable impact on immunization programs, as they are not simply pieces of equipment. They are safeguards that protect the integrity of every vaccination dose, from the moment it enters a country to the moment it reaches a child, a pregnant woman, an older adult, or indeed anyone who relies on routine immunization.
Maintaining the correct temperature for vaccines is critical, but with the introduction of these monitor devices, along with proper training, this process is now expected to improve significantly.
But we are clear that equipment alone will not deliver results. The effectiveness of any system depends on the people who operate the system. This is why today also marks the launch of the Vaccine Preventable Diseases Surveillance Training Program.
We are supposed to be constantly informed of the temperature of the fridge, and of course normal levels are between 2 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius for vaccines. If there's a fluctuation in temperature below normal range, we will be notified via a messaging system.
We are focused on strengthening the foundations of the health system, improving reliability, reducing waste, and ensuring that services function as they should every day, every time, in every facility.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
On Thursday, April 30th, 2026, the government of Trinidad and Tobago signed a comprehensive establishment agreement with the World Bank Group, providing for the establishment and operation of offices in Trinidad and Tobago. Here are the highlights.
The signing of this agreement for the establishment and operation of the World Bank Group of offices in TNT, and the stroke of this pen, my government's promise of better days ahead is being sealed. It is often said that significant progress takes time, and this marks one of those moments where that effort comes to fruition. In a time of global uncertainty, partnerships matter, credible institutions matter, results matter. Therefore, together with our friends in the World Bank Group, we have made a strategic investment in our future. By establishing offices in Trinidad and Tobago, this investment will yield dividends in jobs, innovation, sustainability, and national development. This is the essence of Promises Kept, not merely announcing policies, but embedding them into governance systems that aim to produce measurable outcomes. As the World Bank Group reminds us, and I quote,